Battle is about to commence between our two teams of intrepid bargain spotters as they prepare to take a foreign antiques market by storm. But who's going to take the victor's spoils? Let's get ready to rummage. Welcome to the walled medieval village of Lebo in southern France. Now, in medieval times, this place had really quite a fearsome reputation because it operated pretty much as an independent kingdom, which meant that it tended to lord it over all the other villages in the area. But in contrast, well, the court operated with all the chivalry of Camelot, admitting ladies of breeding and education. But I do wonder how long our contestants today are going to manage to stay ladylike as they do battle to get the very best prices on antiques and collectibles at a French market so that they can sell them back in the UK. Perched high up in Provence's Alpilles Mountains in southern France, Lebo may feel fairly remote, but is actually located only 30 kilometres from the city of Nîmes, with France's second biggest city, Marseille, and the scenic south coast, both in easy reach. Hiring a car is a great way to explore the countryside and other small Provençal towns like Saint-Rémy and Tarascon. Lebo definitely deserves its reputation as one of France's most picturesque towns, and its cobbled shopping streets and buildings have been scrupulously restored to their Renaissance glory. The highest part of the town is dominated by the ruins of its castle, which was destroyed in the 17th century when it became a hotbed of Protestant protest against the country's Catholic rulers. Exploring on foot is really the only option in this village because you have to leave your car down there at the bottom of the hill and then walk. But then our contestants are going to have to do lots of trudging today as they scour the market stalls looking for terrific antiques and collectibles and then haggling over the price so that hopefully they'll make a profit when they get back to the UK. So let's go and meet today's contestants. Today's Battle of the Bargain Spotters pits a mother against her daughter. Arlene is a lawyer from Brighton and a former mayor of Hove. She's got a soft spot for Clarice Clift pottery, Lalique glass and unusual china.
What I find exciting about going to fairs and markets and so on is the challenge of finding something really interesting amongst all the junk and rescuing really lovely things that just would be lost and broken.
Steering Arlene away from the overpriced and towards the profitable is our regular antiques guru, Jonty Herndon, a professional antiques dealer who knows what's going to have buyers reaching for their wallets back in Britain. Sharing Arlene's expensive taste is her daughter, Lisa. Not only has she followed her mum into the courtroom where she works as a clerk, she also shares her passion for collecting.
I love collecting things. I think I've caught that from my mother. It's obviously genetic. I collect religious tapestries. I know that sounds a very strange thing to collect, but they're often very good fun, and they were done in the 1880s. I collect motto ware, which are stupid mottos on quite unattractive pots, actually, but they're very good fun. And I collect Art Deco.
Passing on some pearls of wisdom will be the inimitable Mark Franks, whose nose for a bargain has helped him build up a profitable South London antiques business. So, now we've met the teams, it's on with the game. Well, good morning, bargain spotters.
Morning,
good morning,
Angela.
Hey, this is a fantastic market. Are you hot to trot, you two?
Absolutely.
Wonderful, yes.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Now, look, Arlene, what is going to be top of your hit list for buying today? Because you've got such a choice here.
It is wonderful. Yes, I'm china, household things, I think.
Right.
Things that are traditional and typically French.
So you're going to find that here, Jonty? Typically French, of course, but what about the rest of it?
Absolutely. Well, I have a sense that a lot of people here have actually turned out their contents of the houses that they're not quite sure that they want anymore. And I think we're going to find some of that today.
Okay, so you're going to have a good day. Well, how about you, Lisa? What's going to be top of your shopping list?
I'm after funky 60s, 70s French designer things with a bit of Art Deco chucked in.
Well, Mark's got a smile on his face already.
Absolutely perfect. Funky and deco, which should be a breeze today.
Now, just remember, you're not shopping for yourselves, of course, when you're buying. There are just two important words you have to remember. Is it collectible or rejectable. And the final decision is going to be yours. Don't you let them bully you into buying anything that you really don't want. Now, I've got 2 money belts here, £350 worth of euros in each. You've got to spend all of it. What a great thing to say to a woman, isn't it? You've got to spend all of it. So there are your money belts. And guys, here are your books. You've got to keep a record of everything that we buy. Are you ready to go?
Certainly are.
OK, well, belt up and let's get buying. Buying up bargains is only half of the game because the ultimate winner will be the contestant who makes the most money selling on her purchases at a market back in the UK.
Here's a bit of taste. Look at this, for goodness sake. Fancy a cigarette?
Not for me, thank you.
That would be a rejectable then.
Now, the thing I always keep in mind about French silver, can you see that little hallmark in there? It's really tiny.
Yeah, teeny weeny, yeah.
Right? The French hallmarks are very complicated. Most dealers and most general public won't recognise this mark.
Right.
So, you've heard the saying horses for courses. I think this particular horse is for this country's course.
These plate things are a menace, aren't they?
These plate racks, yes.
Yeah.
Golden rule, never put one of these onto a plate because it completely destroys the edges.
So, at £60 for a set of 6 spoons, which is a tenner each.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
I'm afraid.
It is.
Oh, like Uri Geller, I thought it was going to snap then. Rejectable.
Righty-ho.
Well, while the contestants are off and running, a reminder of how this works. Now, they've each got £350 worth of euros to spend. They have to spend all of it, and they must buy at least 10 items, which we'll then take back to the UK and sell at a market there. And whoever makes the most money, they're the winner. Jonty's discerning eye is helping Arlene to sort through the rejectables.
You see how brassy this looks at the top here? You can instantly tell that's reproduction. So you don't even have to look at the glass shade.
No.
Because, oh, look at the modern light fitting.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So everything about that is brand new.
Very illuminating, Jonty. Well, the morning's hotting up and Lisa is still looking to bag her first bargain of the day. But has the sun gone to her head?
How about one of those? A tornado.
Tornado. We could do with a bit of air whizzing around, couldn't we?
That's fantastic.
Really?
And it's man size.
Matt, I wouldn't even know where to start with one of these. Do you know the history behind vacuum cleaners?
No, I don't.
Because, you know, we always refer to them as hoovers, don't we? And that's
We do.
because hoovers being made for years and years. But this is obviously 1950s, but the first hoovers were produced around about the turn of the century, and there was a janitor, and he built this machine with a fan and a pillowcase, and it blew air into the carpets. The reason being he was asthmatic. And his nephew was Hoover.
Oh, right.
And he took the idea, painted it, and the rest is, as I say, history.
Ah, this is what we needed on a nice hot day like this. A fan. It's no ordinary fan, though. It's really quite old.
Goodness.
You see this material here?
Yeah.
This is Bakelite, which means that it's pre the war. So it's a good 70 years old, I should imagine. Now, Bakelite you would associate with the 20s and 30s. But originally, it was invented all the way back in 1907
Goodness.
by a Belgian inventor in America. And they first used the material in aeroplanes. They were looking for a non-conductive light material. So that was its original use.
This is a lovely bit of design. I love the way it's sort of like, it could be from Buck Rogers in the 21st century, couldn't it?
It could.
But it's got this real sort of smart 50s feel.
You could be a really quick witch
Could you?
on that. Yes, it's like a broomstick.
Are you not a witch, are you? You're going to ride away? Right, now, the thing is it rejectable or is it collectible?
I would say rejectable.
I think I tend to agree with you. Probably, chances are it probably doesn't work. And it's a bit funky and a bit fun.
And you could get
But-
electrocuted.
Yeah, you could do. Not worth £50, that's for sure.
No.
Come on in, rejectable.
Well, Mark wasn't going to be sucked in there.
Now, originally, Bakelite came in lots of dark colours, like this one. And to get that dark colour, they used ox blood, believe it or not. So quite extraordinary,
They
isn't it?
really do.
Yeah.
The real ox blood.
Absolutely. I think it's really quite so. And look, they've marked the price very conveniently on there for us, so that's about £7.
Yeah.
If we can get it for a little less, I just see a small profit on there.
Arlene gets a chance to dust off her schoolgirl French as she tries to negotiate a discount on the fan.
Madame, 6 euros for la ventilateur. No? No. Yeah, wait. monsieur. C'est trop cher.
Oui.
Oui. Oh, très bien. Merci, madame.
That's the cool price of £5.
It is, isn't it?
Well, Arlene and Jonty get their first purchase at a fantastic price, and who knows, it might just blow away the opposition. Today's market is located a short drive away from Lebo in the town of Plan-de-Couc, close to Marseille. This market is only held once a year and the whole town gets involved, so there's a great buzz to the place. It's a real chance for people to turn out their lofts, so our contestants can expect to see plenty of rustic treasures and dusty deco on offer. Well, while the contestants have been mooching around the stalls, I've been doing a little bit of shopping myself for today's bonus item. That's the item that the contestants don't have to buy. One of them is going to win it off me, which means that whatever they can sell it for is pure profit for them and could just swing the result of the competition. And the thing that's caught my eye is what I'm clutching here. It's a cocktail shaker, and it probably dates from about maybe 1930, 1940. This one is in really good condition, and I think could make an interesting profit for one of our contestants. That'll shake it up a bit. Arlene and Jonty are proving that when it comes to bargain spotting, they can be very cool customers.
It is a nice bucket. Let's have a look.
Well, you know, it's a cheaper thing, but
Yeah,
ice in it on a hot day in a bar.
absolutely. A day like today, you mean?
Yeah, it's jolly. Yeah.
Now that is pressed glass.
Yeah.
You can tell
Yeah,
that.
you can.
I don't know if there's a mould mark, but somehow it's not crisp enough to be cut. Put your hand around that.
Yeah, it doesn't glow either, does
Can
it?
you feel how rounded that all is? So that really must mean that it's in a mould rather than hand cut. And we've got a sort of gilded metal handle here, which looks relatively brand new, so it can't be that old.
I wonder what Lisa will make of Mark's bedside manner.
2 bedsides. And somebody's been a bit of a heavy smoker there,
But
obviously.
couldn't you, do you think you could paint them?
Perfect, yeah, they look great painted. Let's have a look. What have we got? We've got nice sort of cabrio legs. They're not very old. You see the drawers got the sort of integral runners and a plywood bottom. They're probably... I've got older jumpers, but at the end of the day, I think they would paint up. And that painted stuff's really in fashion at the moment.
What can we sell that for?
£4?
£4? You're cheap. I'm going to come to your store and buy it.
Do you think 5?
We can ask a £5 for that.
Well, I
can't we?
think ask a £5, but I
Okay.
think
Well,
if we
it's-
get 4, we'll make a profit.
If it's less than £5, buy it.
Yeah.
Arlene negotiates the ice bucket down to a rock bottom £2. I'll be amazed if that doesn't melt a few hearts back in the UK.
Denier mushroom cream.
15, pas
Cans, €15, about 10 quid. Vendu. Excellent. Excellent. It's a nice little buy.
Lisa and Mark are finally out of the starting blocks and they've made their first purchase. And for only 10 quid, those tables won't give them too many sleepless nights if they don't prove to be a hit with the buyers. But Mark needs to keep up the buying momentum. That man is so easily distracted. Mark, what on earth are you doing looking through those albums? I thought you were an MP3 man.
No. CDs and MP3s is the modern day version. I collect vinyl and there's some great bits of vinyl here worth buying.
Vinyl?
Vinyl, real discs.
Good old-fashioned discs.
Good old-fashioned
Now,
vinyl.
but are you talking about albums or 78s?
Well, the thing is, albums are very collectible, vinyl. 78's a different thing completely because there's only certain 78s worth money. And the word album is quite interesting because most people know 78s are 78 rests per minute. But albums, when you used to buy several 78s, i.e. to make up one album because you could only get one record on the size of the disc, that's where the word album came from because they came in an album, like a photograph album.
I got one of those at home, actually.
Have you?
Yeah, with some old Gene Krupa in it.
Who?
Gene Krupa, great drummer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, OK, I'll stick to my UB40.
Mark's obviously a creature of habit, and so is Arlene, who's found something else to tickle her taste buds.
Rather like this one.
What's that? Well, you're rather keen on your entree dishes, aren't you?
I am. They're very useful, aren't they? And people put nuts in as well, don't they? Don't
Yeah.
you just use it?
Would
for
you
the-
use something like this at home?
Oh, I would.
Yeah? What would you put in something like that?
Well, things like a bit of caviar with cream cheese and that
Bit of caviar?
stuff.
I'm going to come round to your house. It's quite stylish, but
It is
I don't think
nice.
it's got any real age to it. How much is
No.
it? It's about sort of What's that? Oh, about £15. So, I can't really see a profit on that.
After all, profit is the name of this game, and Lisa and Arlene need to buy items that will appeal to the antique buying public back home, not what they fancy for themselves.
Lovely colour, isn't it?
Fantastic. So deco in shape, isn't it? Loads of good wear on the bottom. Lovely stopper. What a lovely shape.
And it's
Oh,
sweet.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Oh,
Huge chip out of it.
it's been bitten.
Bitten. It's been dropped from a great height. Shame. Really, really lovely. Oh, well, never mind. Rejectable.
No, I think that's possible.
What?
Oh, they like that.
What's that?
They're pretty, aren't they? Pepper.
We've got pepper pot. Oh, we've got 3 items here as
Yeah.
well. That's
All
pepper,
matching.
mustard and salt.
Yeah.
Interesting shapes. I like
Aren't
the
they?
pepper pot.
And very pretty colours, aren't
Yeah.
they? They look like old chemist jars, don't they?
Sort of, don't they? Now, where are they? Always look on the underside of a piece of porcelain. Limoges. Whoa. You can't get more French than that.
Look at the damage.
Yeah.
Rejectable, obvious.
Yes, but then if you put it like that, nobody'd know.
Right. So
Right.
if you're selling it to somebody who's got really high shelves
Yeah, really, really high shelves.
Yeah.
They look lovely. Absolutely
or
gorgeous.
bad eyesight,
Or bad eyesight.
condition, this is knocked off 2/3 of its value. This would be worth 20, 30 quid.
Yeah.
It's worth peanuts. It's not even worth buying.
Well, I think it's lovely and it'll attract people to the stall because it's such a pretty colour.
And then they'll go, ooh, it's all broken, it's all rubbish.
Yes, but then they'll see all the other lovely things. That's in perfect nick.
We agree to disagree. You have the final say on your head bit.
Mark's definitely in a chippy mood about that purchase, but Lisa was not going to take no for an answer.
Now, the most important thing, if you're looking at something like this in porcelain, is to check that it's in good condition first. Do you have a look at that one? See if there's any cracks or breaks or chips. Run your finger around any rim, because that's where they often break. It all looks fine to me. Now, I also noticed the gilding, this circular gilded rim on the top here. There's a bit of wear. Now, that's fine. Too much wear, then I think it just looks a little bit too far gone.
Yeah.
But a hint of wear, a hint of rubbing, looks like it wasn't made yesterday. Now, I'd suspect that these, even though they look quite antique, they'll be made probably either pre or post the Second World War. So they've got a bit of age. How much are they?
25.
£17, £16, £17.
Perhaps you'll
Are
come
we going to
down
make a
a bit.
profit on that?
Perhaps you'll come down a bit.
Because it's a bit like with the entree dish. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
is there a profit in it?
It does matter, doesn't it,
Yeah.
to get it down a little?
Should we see if we can do a deal on both?
Yeah.
Arlene's appetite for haggling has certainly been whetted. She managed to get the cruet set and the entree dish for £13. Our teams have now been spending for over an hour, and so far they've both been buying very cheap items, which means they need to pull their socks up and spend, spend, spend. While our teams are battling away in the market, I've climbed up to the very top of Lebo, beyond the town itself, to explore the ruins of the old castle. The medieval lords of Lebo were a bloodthirsty bunch, but they tried to give themselves some positive PR by claiming to be descended from Balthazar, one of the 3 biblical kings who followed the star to Bethlehem, which is why there's a star on the town's coat of arms. The Citadel ruins are now home to a collection of life-size replica medieval siege engines. They've got a battering ram up here and a catapult, and this thing, which is called a trebuchet, a sort of giant sling. What they used to do was load anything up to 100 kilograms of stone in that net at the end, and then fire it like that at the walls of a town or even individual chateau. Trouble is, it took up to 60 men to load the thing, and they could only get off 2 shots an hour. So, not exactly what you call rapid fire, then. They may have been slow, but flinging big rocks at their enemies seemed to do the trick. And the castle's prison was usually full of hundreds of prisoners from conquered towns. When it got too full, though, the rulers used to hurl their prisoners from the battlements to be dashed to death on the rocks below. It's one of the reasons why this whole area is known as Val d'Enfer, or Hell's Valley. It's also said to be the landscape that inspired the 14th century poet Dante when he was writing his Divine Comedy, particularly the bit that we know as Dante's Inferno. Speaking of which, I wonder if our contestants today are having a hellish time or finding it a purchaser's paradise.
Right, what we've got here is a Limoges coffee set. Now, everything is here, apart from, I've just counted up the saucers, and there are only 6 cups, but there are 8 saucers.
Yeah.
But if we were to buy something like this, what I would do when we were selling it is actually just get rid of 2 saucers.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's a complete set.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to explain that Once Upon a Time was a bigger set because it's all completely there as a 6 set.
Excuse me, Mark. Do you know anything about this?
Let's have a look. Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
It's very pretty, isn't it, with
Well-
the little curtains?
This is chipboard, so that's been replaced. The back's pine, and it's some sort of hardwood. It's very nice, I like it. And if you look at the top, you can see the dovetails coming through there.
Yeah.
So the dovetails are coming up from that piece of timber and then cut through like that. And that gives you this effect.
Now, the gilding is in excellent order, as you've seen here, and I probably don't need to tell you this, but you never, ever put anything like this into a dishwasher because the whole thing will perish. So you have to hand wash a set like this. So what do you think?
I think it's very nice, and I think the price is right, isn't it?
Well, we've got sort of money burning a hole in our pocket at the moment.
Yeah. But somebody is going to really
Yeah.
love that, aren't they?
Now, at the moment, he's asking about just under £40 for it. If we can get it a little less than that, I think we're in for a bit of a profit.
It would look nice in a kitchen or...
Bathroom, lovely.
Bathroom,
Kitchen,
yeah.
bathrooms, good medicine cabinet, I suppose. Big question is...
30 euros.
30 euros, £20, £21. I don't think that's dear.
No,
but
it doesn't seem too bad.
I think we can get £20, £30 for it quite easily. But I think we should be buying it a bit cheaper, perhaps £15, something like that.
Right.
So
25 euros about?
I think 25 would be, if we start bidding 20, we might have a chance to meet in the middle, yeah?
Yeah.
Lisa gets a good price on the wall cupboard, knocking the price down to £17. Arlene and Jonty really need to spend too, but can they get a good deal on that tea set?
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, dernier prix.
Bah écoutez, il était à 55 € au départ, vous voulez ça à 45?
Pour 40? Pour moi, s'il vous plaît.
45, c'est préféré?
Non, 40.
Allez, d'accord.
Oui?
40,
Merci, monsieur.
Well, at least they're spending, but at £30, the tea set's a bit pricey. They're going to have to cross their fingers that the UK market is playing host to perhaps a convention of vicars or Mad Hatters. As the battle for bargains hots up, I've headed off to visit one of Lebo's best-kept secrets. This workshop, tucked away on the edge of the town, belonged to the multi-talented Louis Joux, a master printer, engraver and typographer who moved here from Paris in 1944 and lived and worked here until his death in 1968. Louis Joux created more than 150 books in his lifetime, and they ranged from books about traditional French culture to great novels like Don Quixote. But he never produced more than 300 editions. He also printed in colour, but this very bright orangey red was particular to him, and it was years before anyone was able to recreate exactly that particular colour. As you can imagine, these are incredibly rare, but who knows, all sorts of things turn up at markets. And maybe one of our contestants will find something associated with Louis Joux. If they do, I tell you, it'll be worth a fortune. Louis Joux was an accomplished draftsman, coming up with hundreds of engraved illustrations for the books that he produced. He also personally designed all the layouts, typefaces and illuminated lettering, painstakingly refining each detail until every page was perfect. And this is Louis Joux's workshop. It's maintained exactly as he left it when he died almost 40 years ago. There are the 3 hand printing presses that were especially brought down from Paris, and the place is full of thousands of tiny letters, the letters that he made to make his books. Because he wasn't just a brilliant artist, he was an absolute perfectionist. And when he said he wanted to make books by hand, he meant everything had to be done by hand. So he began by designing the typeface. It was carved into a tiny piece of wood, which then made a master mould. And from that mould, they made the metal letters that were put together to make up the pages. He would take each of these tiny metal letters and put them into a hand frame like this, building up the words and the lines gradually until he had an entire page that would then be put into the master frame on the printing press. And if there were illustrations, He engraved them as well. He was the ultimate typographer. And remember, all of this had to be done in reverse because once this went into the press, you had to be able to read the page the right way round. So it came out looking like that. So much attention to detail. Is it any wonder that in the latter half of the 20th century, he was the only Frenchman to be doing every aspect of printing a book by hand? Back in the market, Arlene's lost Jonty in the crowd and has made an impulse purchase of her own.
My back's turned for 5 minutes, and what have you bought?
Well, it's lovely. It's a hand-embroidered chemise.
Oh, it's nice. Have a look.
It's nice. It's a really traditional one.
Are you going to wear it back on the market day like that?
I don't think so. Are you?
Let's have a look. Will it suit me?
Yes, well, you see, it's a fair size.
How much was it?
€10.
About £7.
Yes.
Oh, that's not bad. That's all hand embroidered around the top.
It is. It's really nice.
I think I'm training you well.
For £7, that chemise should do well if Jonty can bear to part with it. And Mark has seen another pair of tables that he reckons could make nice bedfellows.
Now, I'm seeing on the day of the sale, if the price is right on these, a little bit of rubbing down here and there.
Right.
Give it that sort of slightly worn effect. Beside the beds, only plywood. They're not the best quality in the world. Plywood backs. Nice shapely leg though. What are we looking at? £20, £30 each in the UK?
At least, I would have thought.
At least, yeah. I mean, let's sell them to the trade and get rid of them.
Yeah.
So £20 to £30 each. Let's say £50 a pair is our retail. So therefore, we've got to buy them at less than that. That's where you come in.
Well, what about this? Now, I like this, Jonty. That's a nice, rustic, solid piece.
But it's massive and it's brand new.
I mean, it's very sort of typically French. Wonderful if you've got a large fireplace. You know, I mean, a lot of these things are very weedy. And if you've actually, you know, you do have proper fires and big logs.
But really, this
That's
is
all.
massive. I mean, can you imagine the fireplace that this must sit beside? Must be huge.
Well, that would go by my fireplace.
How big's your fireplace?
Monsieur,
Oui,
c'est combien? How much?
les deux, 20 euros.
20 euros?
Ouais.
20 euros?
€20, see if you can get a bit of a discount on that. It's not dear,
Un peu moins cher, peut-être?
15 euros. 15,
15?
Bid him 10, go on, take your
Peut-être
bits.
10
10, je
euros?
finish après. 10.
10?
10, c'est fini.
Oui.
OK?
Oui, merci beaucoup, monsieur. Thank
D'accord.
you very
Merci.
much.
Well, Lisa's heeding Mark's words of wisdom and getting some fantastic discounts. She knocked those tables down to half their original asking price. However, her mum is taking a different tack and exerting her independence from Jonty.
A lot of people do go around the markets looking for decent fire irons.
You're quite keen,
Yeah,
I sense.
I think, well, I mean, given the price, you know, is right.
Well, what's that? It's about sort of
But-
£30.
Yeah, it's...
But if you can get it for a cheap price, then, you know, I'm happy to eat my words.
Oh, right.
Right, but,
oh, I'd like to see that.
Merci, monsieur.
Arlene only manages to get a small discount on the deal, but in this game, it's good to have a few irons in the fire, even if they are a bit on the heavy side. Back with Lisa and Mark, the bargain spotting bonanza continues.
Oh, it's quite sweet, isn't it? With the birdies on it. The only thing that really bothers me are these, see this black mark?
Yes, I do.
Can you see there? It's an absolute classic example. What it is what we call crazed.
Right.
And that is where the glaze, heat and temperature changes, the glaze opens up. So the fired glaze opens up and then allows this muck to get underneath. You can bleach it out, but it will always be crazed, and crazed items are reduced in their value hugely. Well, I'm afraid I think this is a rejectable, so we should fly off and see what else we can find.
While Mark is flying away from the crazed crockery, Jonty is hoping that he and Arlene might be winging their way towards a deco delight.
Now, they're trying to be Art Deco mantelpieces. What would one call a sort of garniture to accompany a clock? So if you could imagine, probably once upon a time, there would be an Art Deco clock sitting in between the two birds. But the clock has flown.
At £20 for the pair, I wonder if those birds will produce soaring profits or plummeting losses. Meanwhile, it could be that Lisa sniffed out a potential bargain.
How about these? These look funky.
smelly.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, it's horrible, actually, isn't
It
it?
is.
Look
Old
at that.
perfume.
What a great colour, look.
It's a lovely colour.
If I started a pop brand, I would probably call it that.
Mauve.
Yeah. How did you guess? No, deep purple.
They may not smell great at the moment, but for just £7, those bottles should produce a heady profit back in the UK. Jonty's latest find is a rather small man with a big reputation.
It's amazing. You go to any French market and you will find something with Napoleon's face on it or an image of Napoleon. It's quite extraordinary.
Well, it's not really, when you think that this was the man who was absolutely revered by the French and still is. He was the winner. He was the man who gave them back their pride in, the late 1700s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
And in fact, they love him still today.
Yeah, but even though he lost at Waterloo, that's what I find quite interesting.
That doesn't make any difference to them at all. If you go to Waterloo now, you will find there is no tribute there to Wellington, the man who won the battle. Instead, there's this thumping great monument. And who is it commemorating?
The man himself.
This man, Napoleon.
He is dated about 1930. He's got the Spelter bust here and this lovely marble plinth. And you can tell that simply just by the decoration running down the side here. Can you see that that's a very sort of Art Deco touch to it?
The sort of thing that I remember seeing in cinemas, in fact.
Well, that's how you date things.
Yeah.
Simply by the decoration that's not only on architecture, but that's often mirrored at the time in design, be it a desk set like this.
And it's complete, isn't it? Because you've got all the days, all the dates, and all the months.
Yes, and I've checked all of that too, because that's very important when it comes to resale.
So you're going to buy it?
Yeah, the price is just under 30 quid, so yeah, I think it's a definite collectible.
You've got to have it. Well, it's a pricey £27, so while Jonty goes off to explain his latest purchase to Arlene, I've got a Napoleonic quest of my own. In the nearby town of Salon, there's a fascinating collection of artefacts owned, worn and prized by the little man himself. It's housed in the oldest fortress in Europe, the Château de l'Empéry in Salon, built between the 10th and 13th centuries for the archbishops of Arles, but now housing the largest collection of Napoleonic artefacts outside of Paris. There are 5 rooms in the chateau devoted entirely to Napoleon, to his battles and to his army. Here, for instance, I'm entirely surrounded by memorabilia from his famous Imperial Guard and his cavalry. There's a breastplate with a huge hole in it where a cannonball has gone through and presumably killed whoever was wearing it. Over here, there are the battle honours that were carried at Austerlitz in 1805 and a drum that might well have been sounded 10 years later at Waterloo in 1815. The chateau has some of the most highly prized Napoleonic memorabilia, examples of the great man's personal belongings, including the bed he slept in during his exile in St. Helena, his handkerchief, and a sample of his hair. This magnificent collection of breastplates were all worn by members of the Royal Guard after Napoleon. And in the centre, you can see the design on each one is slightly different, representing the different eras and the different families. One very similar to this was sold at auction recently in Amsterdam for £18,000. So that gives you some idea of just how collectible this military and Napoleonic memorabilia can be. If you'd like to know more about any of the fascinating places that we visit on the series, then log on to bbc.co.uk/lifestyle. We're coming up to halfway through the day, so let's take stock of how our teams are faring. Arlene and Jonty have been flashing the cash on a regular basis and have only £120 left of their original £350 budget. Lisa and Mark have been a little bit more cautious and still have £160 left in their money belt. I think Arlene and Jonty could do well with this marble top table, which they snapped up for £50. They also bought a set of crystal dishes with seafood designs for £17, which should serve up a tasty profit. Lisa and Mark bought a rather fetching kimono for £5 and a tapestry for £10, which should help to brighten up their stall. Now remember, all this stuff has to be sold back in the UK, where our contestants will compete to see who can drum up the biggest profit from their £350 worth of purchases. But will Mark be able to sweet-talk his way to a fairy tale profit?
You my Prince Charming then?
Not quite. More like the toad you have to kiss beforehand.
Or does Jonty always know the best way to a girl's heart and purse?
Thank you.
Well
Wonderful. Thank you.
He's always kissing the ladies, this chap. Never kisses me. Yeah.
You're being done later.
say, Lisa, Arlene, we're halfway through the day for you. Have you been finding it easy to spend the money, Arlene?
Not too bad. Yes, there are lots of things to buy. I mean, some of the nicest things are outside our price range. That's the sad thing.
So what's the nicest thing you think you've bought so far?
I liked a tray with little fish servers on, crystal fish servers. I thought that was nice. I'd quite like that.
No arguments about buying it, then you bought it?
No, we bought it.
You bought it. Lisa, how about you?
I bought 2 lovely white pot cupboards for only €10 for the 2.
So you think you're going to make a fair bit of money out of those, do you?
I hope so.
Well, there's an opportunity now perhaps to shift the balance slightly because I've been shopping for the bonus item and whichever one of you wins this gets it for free and so what you make on it is absolute profit. So that could alter how much you make at the end of the day. Now, what I bought is a cocktail shaker, probably around about 1930s. It's in very good working order. And when it's cleaned up, that could be very, very collectible. Now, all that you have to do is tell me how much you think I paid for it. And whoever gets closest gets this as a bonus item. So, Arlene, what do you reckon that cost?
I think about £6.
OK. Lisa?
I think about £8.
Well, you're nearest because I actually paid a little bit more than that. It cost me €20, which is about £13. So you get that as an absolute bonus. Whatever you make on it now, it could tip the balance. Winning the bonus item has put a spring in Lisa's step, and Mark spotted something that might brighten her mood even more.
Vaseline glass, beautiful. It's probably about 80 years old, somewhere around about there. Spelter base, poor man's bronze, and a bit of marble. Quite a cracking piece. Now, this is €50, about 35 quid. If we can get a bit of a discount, I think we've got a fair old chance.
No, I think that's nice.
Time's not on our side, I'm afraid, so I'm going to go and try and have a little chat, and I'll come back in a moment.
Well, Mark works his smooth charms and gets that Vaseline lamp for £27. While the teams steel themselves for their final assault on the market, I've gone off to hunt for a prize for whichever contestant manages to make the most profit on their purchases. And out of all these lovely things, the one piece that's really caught my eye is this vase. Now, it's not actually very old. It's made by a living American glassblower called Jerry Vandermark. He set up his workshop in America in 1972, and all of his pieces are copies of original pieces of Art Deco and Art Nouveau, and he makes them using the same glassblowing techniques so that he can achieve these absolutely beautiful coloured designs. Now, this piece is named, it's numbered, and it's dated. It was made in 1979, so it's one of his very early pieces. And these days, you can find examples of his work in galleries and museums all over America. He's now retired, which means he's not making any more. So today's winner is going to be taking home an absolutely beautiful piece that in the future will be a real heirloom. At today's market, it costs £150, so who knows what it'll be worth in 20 or 30 years' time. 1 hour to go, and Mark's honing in on another potential bargain.
Well, have a look at that.
Wowee.
Isn't that great?
It's fantastic.
Just imagine what the stories this could tell. It's a Reflex 8, that's the model number, and it's made by a company called Chemex. Now, they were the first company to actually have a metering system through the viewfinder, i.e. you could read the light meter as you looked through it.
Oh.
So it's quite an important make, but it's a lovely camera. Look at that, isn't that such a fantastic image? It's like a smiley face, isn't it?
It is.
Wonderful.
While Mark's dreaming of the silver screen, John T's excited about his latest deco discovery.
You can tell that it's Art Deco because of these geometric patterns that it has. Yeah. When I say geometric, you have these stylized lines, so these forms. So you've got these circles that get bigger and bigger, and that's replicated in the lid. You see how the circles get smaller and smaller on the top. So somehow it has the symmetry to it, and very simple symmetry.
The price is rather appealing too, only £3, and with deco being so popular back in the UK, they're bound to make a profit.
So, is that has that got a little motor inside?
No, you see this big thing here?
Yep.
It's a wind-up. Hear that? Clockwork.
Oh, yes.
And I'll open this up. We probably won't have a film in it, hopefully. There we are. They've got the 2 spools. And there we go.
The noise is fantastic,
Isn't it lovely? Magical. I'll tell you what, it's nice reminiscing, but time's moving on. People are starting to pack up, so I think we need to spend.
Mark does the deal and gets it in the can for only £20. Time running out, neither team can afford to be distracted in their quest to spend up.
Arlene, does this make you feel at home?
Oh, it does. You're going to pop in and change, get your bathers on.
That should be more on the Brighton beach rather than here in the south of France, don't you think?
Yeah, but they do look nice, don't they?
Right, it's probably designed as little children's cabinets, something like that.
Yeah, make good linen cupboards as well.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
It's just over £100, but we haven't got £100 to spend, sadly.
Shame.
Now, I was just looking at this, actually. Now, at home, this painted French furniture is very, very fashionable at the moment, because what they have done, this is probably a sort of darker mahogany colour once upon a time, so it's a mahogany timber. And what they have done is just sort of fresh painted it up and sort of slapped a coat of paint, and it now looks very, very cheerful.
There's people packing away everywhere, so come on, let's just crack on. How much you got left?
I've only got €25.
You've done well, but we need to spend it. What about some of this stuff on the table?
No.
Come on, hurry
No,
up.
I don't like any of that. No. Oh, I like this.
Lemonade set.
That's very nice.
Quite stylish, isn't it?
It
I must
is.
admit, I do agree. Quite a nice bit of kit. Let's have a look at the jug. No chips, no dents, no digs.
And it's funky.
It's funky, but the big question is, can we buy it for €25?
I don't know.
I think it might be a bit of a struggle.
So, how much money have we got left? What have we got there?
€40.
So we've got just over 30 quid.
Yeah.
OK, so that's not quite what she's asking for this.
Yeah.
Shall we see what we can do?
Yeah.
Madame, s'il vous plaît, donnez un prix pour moi.
Ah, c'est... Dites-moi vous le prix que vous désirez. Dites-moi vous votre prix, le prix qui vous
Le
plaît.
prix, 40 pour moi.
Ça va.
Oui. Merci, madame. Oh, pardon. Oh, merci.
Vous êtes charmant, merci.
Merci, madame. Merci.
That's great. Well, that's us spent out.
Wonderful.
We're done.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Jonty could charm the birds out of the trees, and he certainly charmed that stallholder, spending up in style. But Lisa and Mark are snapping at their heels.
Is possible donner un prix, s'il vous plaît?
30.
We don't have it. I think the best
If
bet
I,
is
if I
to
get
show
the
her
money,
the colour of the money.
J'ai seulement 25, madame.
That's all we have. Money fini.
Bon, ça va, OK.
Yes?
OK.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, madame.
Come in, number 4. Your time is up. Well done. We've spent up. And we've won.
Don't you count your chickens, Mark. The game's far from over yet. Remember, our contestants had £350 each, with a minimum of 10 items to buy. At the end of their hectic shopping day in France, Arlene and Jonty crossed the finishing line with a healthy total of 24 items, while Lisa and Mark managed a whopping 30. I'm not sure if Arlene's £20 Art Deco birds are going to take flight, but I do think that the £2 ice bucket should be an excuse to break out the champers. Lisa's camera was a snappy purchase at £20, and they also bought a belt for £7. That should be able to hold its own. But which items do our teams think will bag the best profits? Now, do you guys realise that between you today, you've bought almost 60 items? Wow. Your stall is going to be groaning under the weight of everything you bought. You've been shopping till you've dropped, Jonty.
And all of ours will be bargains.
Oh, needle match started already. But of the bargains, then, which is your favourite, then?
Oh, I like this, Angela. I think it's lovely. Fish dish.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very pretty, a bit of Art Deco
Really
there. I'll
nice.
let you into a secret. I very nearly bought that as the bonus item today.
My goodness.
So it's a really nice piece, that, isn't it, Jonty?
It's fabulous. It's
Yeah.
a great thing. But what I think is going to make the real money is this marble top table. A complete steal at about 50 quid.
It's rusty.
Nothing that a paint job can't fix.
So you reckon that's going to make you some money? How about this side, then, Mark? I mean, you've been busy too. What do you think is going to make you the most money?
I think the blue glass pot will make the most money.
Oh, no.
Actually, even though it's got a bit of a chip. Because
bit of
it's
a chip?
only a bit of a chip, because it's so pretty. I think it will, and we got
So
it
you
very
two
cheaply.
agree to disagree on this, do
Certainly
you?
do. I don't buy damaged goods, unfortunately, like that table. No, we'll see.
All right, so what do you think you bought that's going to make good money?
pair of matching typical French pot cupboards for £7. I say once more, £7.
OK, so the needle match has already started, but remember, the next time you see all these things, they're going to be on a stall, in a market, in the UK, and then the competition will really be on. And we'll see you there. Here in the UK, we're at Newstead Abbey in Nottinghamshire, where twice a year they have a huge summer sale, where anything up to 200 antique dealers come to ply their wares. Now, in the 12th century, this was originally the site of a monastery, but there's going to be no serene contemplation today for Arlene and Lisa, because they have to try and sell all of those goods that they bought in France at a profit. And whoever ends up with the most money, of course, is the winner and claims the prize. The race is on, so let's get selling. The first task of the day is to unpack all the goodies and lay out the stalls to help draw in the buyers. Lisa's picked up an extra 8-legged passenger along the way.
There's a little French spider in there going, zut alors, where am I?
Now remember, you've got to start high,
Yeah.
because then you can come down if necessary.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, people like to bargain.
Absolutely.
And I think we
So,
need to
like we
encourage them
did.
to do that. Of
Like we
course.
did.
Do not let them walk away. And the most important thing I want you to find out is what price have they got in their minds?
Arlene's fire irons attract some immediate interest, as she predicted. But an offer of £45 isn't enough for her. She's determined to hold out for a big profit. But with only one day to sell, she might well regret not doing a deal on them when she could. On the other side of the table, Lisa and Mark are hoping that their Art Deco decanter might be the first sale of the day.
30? No, you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? What would make you buy it?
20? 20 will you do? You take 20?
Meet in the middle.
22.50?
OK. That's
Oh,
lovely.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
£10 of clear profit is an excellent start for Lisa. And now her mother's not being quite so quick to turn offers down. She still manages to double her money on the cruet set, though.
Well done. Thank you very much indeed. That's excellent. So we shall wrap it for you. I'm afraid there's no mustard in it.
No,
All right.
That £7 profit certainly spices up the competition, and Lisa strikes back immediately, selling her red dish for an £8 profit. You can just see the pound signs lighting up in Mark's eyes.
You should really try and encompass and to get a good deal from us and beat us up on the price, you should buy more than one item.
And you should come over to this stall as well.
Yes, this is what we call the bargain basement, this area.
Right, okay.
This is a bit like Harrods and buy rights.
Arlene ignores Mark's jibes and finds her own customer for the deco pot, which makes more than double its original cost.
Well, I hope you enjoy that very much.
Thank you very much.
Lovely little thing.
The silver polish will be out this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have time to do it for you, but it's quite nice to do it yourself.
I do. I enjoy it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Mark is usually the king of the hard sell, but sometimes he just doesn't know when to belt up.
Now, we bought it in the south of France and it's rather delightful. Can you live without it? If you walk away, you're going to regret it, you know that.
When we finish, if I can.
What's coming in that?
Well, that looks like that's one belt they can live without. Lisa was a tough haggler in France, but let's see if she can hold her own when selling her copper fish kettle.
How much are you asking for this?
£20.
I'll give you £12 for it, cash.
How about 15, meet in the middle?
How about 13?
15.
13.50.
14.50.
14.25. Come on. Come on. You've got to be making a profit.
OK,
He likes
14.25.
he likes to win.
I can tell. He's
Well,
the
I
devil.
have to win, I'm sorry. Right,
complete
14.25. OK.
Well, that customer fought a good fight, but Lisa still doubled her money on the fish kettle. I suspect her mother might be getting a teeny bit jealous.
That's really good. I'm pleased about that.
Well, she serves female and I serve too, so I'll have to start getting very irate, won't I?
The rivalry between these two is certainly hotting up. I hope they're still talking to each other at the end of the day. All right, girls, how you doing? But I mean, you're on the other side of the bench now, aren't you? You're selling, not buying.
Yes, it's very difficult, actually. It's far harder than you think.
Yes, very hard.
I can't. I'm not being rude, Lisa, about you, but Arlene, I don't see that it's in your nature somehow to be selling out there. Are you doing it?
I do a lot of selling. I do loads of jumble sales.
Do you? All right. So
I'm very experienced, but mostly they go for 5p.
So what's the patter you're using to get people to come and buy things?
Well, I think people are very friendly. They're very willing to talk, and I think they're very interested to know that these things all come from France, from the south of France, and they're genuinely French.
Are you using a bit of patter here, though, Lisa?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, I'm saying these lamps even have genuine Mediterranean sand still on them.
Right, well, leave you to it, and good luck to you both.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Jonty's honing in on some likely-looking customers who've been eyeing up his pricey painted cabinet.
Now you look like discerning buyers.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
What grabs your eye?
That.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's great, yeah.
We bought
It's
this
really
off a market stall where the lady had painted all her furniture and it looks so bright, so colourful.
It does actually. It's I was thinking for the top of the stairs because it's nice and bright, isn't it? There.
They're great, these bedside tables, because essentially you can put them anywhere. So a little table
exactly,
at the
with a
top of
lamp
the stairs.
on or...
Brilliant.
At the same time, Mark's having a second crack at selling the belt.
I quite fancied that for myself. I've got a new bikini. I thought it'd go well with it.
So, how much you...
£15.
And does the slipper fit?
You my Prince Charming then?
Not quite. More like the toad that you have to kiss beforehand.
Well, he may be more of a toad than a prince, but his charm still worked this time. And they more than doubled their money.
That's £60, that unit
Right.
there. Okay.
Okay.
And you were looking at the irons, were you?
We were indeed,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a moment ago, yes.
We all want to buy this.
Yeah.
Well, we were offered at the beginning of the day £45, which we turned down completely and utterly. So
right.
I'm going to honour the other gentleman's offer and say that they're £45. Okay.
45. And what did you say about the table?
That's 60. So together I suppose you could have them for £100.
Back in Fairyland, Prince Charming is still trying to work his magic on the same customer, hoping this time she'll fall for his tapestry.
I don't think it's that old. It's got a very 70s look about it. It's cool.
Again, it's 70s, isn't it?
It's cool.
Yeah. I think it would look amazing in your house, actually.
There's an old saying. It's cheap, it's lovely, and it won't be here tomorrow. If we sell this today, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life.
You could do it.
On that note, I'm going to let you think about it.
Yeah, not an old saying I'm familiar with, but it does seem to do the trick. While Lisa tots up her profits, Jonty is close to clinching a deal on the fire tongs and bedside table.
Well, we're all up for a bargain. £70 for the pair.
Oh, I don't know if we can do that.
Take them off your hands today.
No.
That would take us down a bit too far, wouldn't it?
No. How about £75 for the pair?
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, that's
£75.
brilliant.
Can we
Yeah.
take on that?
Thank you.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
a deal.
Well done.
That's great.
Thank you very much indeed.
Happy customers. And Arlene's got a smile on her face too, because Jonty's helped her finally to come good on the fire iron, which had made a profit of £17. Unfortunately, in order to do it, he had to take a small loss on the bedside table. Not wanting to be left out, Mark convinces the same customer that she really would look picture perfect in a kimono.
What's the price?
£5.
All hand embroidered.
Hand embroidered, Ackerbilt. Try it on. And if he was a good boyfriend or fiance or husband, he'd buy that for you. You look like a picture, look.
It's only broken even, but at least the kimono found a buyer who could wear it with style. Time's ticking and the sales are coming thick and fast now. Arlene and Jonty make a £12 loss on their Napoleonic calendar. Maybe we just prefer Wellington. While Lisa and Mark make a £10 profit on their cine camera and £12 of pure profit on Lisa's bonus item, the cocktail shaker. Both of our teams have been making some impressive profits so far, but remember that Lisa and Arlene are faced with a tremendous challenge because they have just a single day in which to sell everything. And with only a couple of hours left, the pressure's now on for them to make any sales they can, because every bit of cash in their money belts will swing the final result.
Not a bad little sale.
Not bad at all.
Keep up the good work. I'll get the teas on board.
Thank you very much.
Mark's obviously feeling confident, but Jonty's hit gold by sweet-talking a birthday girl who's taken a fancy to the marble top table.
It's your birthday, excuse me.
Yes.
It's your birthday, all right?
Yes.
So, happy birthday. It's
Oh,
yours
thank
for
you.
£60.
I will have it then,
Would you like
please.
a birthday kiss as well?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
Wonderful. Thank you
He's
very
always
much.
kissing the ladies, this chap. Never
Isn't
kisses
lovely?
me. Yeah.
You're being done later.
Oh, that sounds even better.
With temperatures evidently rising and only an hour to go, it's time for the teams to pile on the pressure and clear their stalls because every pound in those bum bags counts.
Would you like to buy them? Because I've got to sell every single thing on my stall.
What's the best you can do on them at the end of the day?
Well, as it's the very, very end of the day, and they are rather funky, how about a pound?
Fantastic, I'll have those.
Lovely, thank you very much. I'll wrap them for you.
And when I said every pound counts, I meant it.
And how much is that, you say?
Well, how much would you like to offer? Being my last item at the end of the day.
30p. Yeah?
Fine.
Okay.
Arlene, look at this. Congratulations, a clean table. How do you feel?
Oh, great. I'm so
You've done
pleased.
so well.
So, Arlene is the first to sell up, and she still hasn't got a little peck from Jonty. Lisa's on the verge of selling up too. All she needs to do is convince this lady with the lavender to take those garish green lamps off her hands.
I'll give you 50p for them.
You're very kind. Thank you very, very much. Lovely.
Whoops, Daisy,
there we
you
go.
have the 50p. Do you want a bunch of lavender?
Oh, that'd be lovely. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye. Nothing but dust.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yes,
really
it is good.
Yeah,
Well done. Well done, Mummy.
Both teams are now totally sold up, but at the end of the day, it's the raw profits that count. So, which were the real hits and misses at today's UK market? Arlene's biggest earner was the controversial fire irons, which made a fantastic £17 profit, while her pair of deco birds failed to take flight and made a £15 loss. Lisa did extremely well with her deco decanter, which turned in a £10 profit. But having to virtually give away her kitchen pots meant they made a whopping £19 loss. But the big question still remains, has mother or daughter made the biggest profits from their £350 spend? And the tables are bare. You've done absolutely brilliantly. Okay, guys, what do you think of your two super saleswomen?
I think they've been fantastic. I mean, what a lovely day. It's been really hot, but boy, what a hot seller this girl is.
So, number one sales assistant, Mark?
Well, I've had quite an easy day. I've been swanning around doing very little because Lisa's been totally in control. I haven't really had to help her much because she's done it all.
We've come to the point now where we have to tell you who made what, because I know you've been keeping a tally individually, but you don't know what each of you have done, even though there was a lot of competition there. Well, I can tell you, Lisa, that you sold £280 worth.
Oh,
Not bad.
that's not
Not
bad.
bad.
That's
Not
not
bad.
bad.
That's excellent.
Arlene? 330.
Oh, well
Wow.
done. Well done. Well done.
So, Arlene, you are the winner. Congratulations. And this is your prize. Now, it is modern. It was made in 1979, but it's going to be a modern collectible. And it is an absolutely beautiful piece. That is your prize. Congratulations to both of you, in fact.
Thank you.
And that's it for today. That's all we have time for, but I hope you'll join us again next time. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.